I was kind of wondering, how will the M104 turbo sound now that it doesn't have the turbo anymore? Sorry neighbors, I think this is going to be loud. Okay. Hello and welcome back to another video, and what a lovely day it is to be working on cars, and we're going to be doing exactly that. So as you can see over here, we have the Mazda-Rati Benz. I already got started on it, completely rebuilding the front end, or well, everything that keeps the front end together. And if you're wondering why the wheels are turned to the side, that's a handbrake, because we have the welded diff or the lead locked diff. Moving the car around is quite the challenge, but yeah, that's not going anywhere. We'll get back to that shortly. But while I was doing or working on the front end, I was kind of wondering, how will the M104 turbo sound now that it doesn't have the turbo anymore? Now, obviously, this is not the best idea, but I am kind of curious to see how it sounds. This is my only running car at the moment, but soon we'll be changing that, because as we know, we've blown yet another head gasket. So before we tear into this thing fixing that, let's give it one last hurrah. So the only issue is going to be the turbo feed line. We'll just stick it in there. Should probably wipe this down first. There we go, stick it in there. That should work. Now let's see if it'll fire up. Sorry neighbors, I think this is going to be loud. Actually not that bad. Okay. I have been planning this for quite some time. I knew that the turbo manifold that I built kept on cracking. It wasn't the best flowing, and a head bolt or a manifold bolt came loose as well, so it was leaking quite bad. And also, when I built the exhaust, I made a slight mistake. Look at how low that freaking thing is. But because we are going to be changing the turbo, we'll be changing the downpipe with that, and we'll fix that little issue while we are in there. Okay, but enough messing around with that thing. Let's get back to work. So like I said, I already got started on the Mazda-Rati Benz, building a new front end. So let me catch you guys up, and here's what I got done so far. Now that everybody's caught up with the progress so far, I just want to go over the plan real quick. So as you saw, I started off by building these two little boxes. I made them kind of strong because later on we will be mounting the tow bar or the tow hook or whatever you want to call it to that, so that needs to be nice and strong. And then I also took some normal angle iron and that will bolt on to the bottom of the cross member like so. And then all that's left to do is figuring out going from there to over here. So we'll be adding a 32mm tube over here and then connecting everything up, and then later on we'll still bolt from here on outwards to figure out the mounting points for the light and everything like that. So basically the plan is to ditch the old crash bar. That thing is just big and bulky and ugly, and then we'll build new brackets, or this is going to be one entire piece that will be removable just to make it easier to work on the car. And then from that we'll have the radiator mounting to it as well as the intercooler. So we have the radiator ready and then the intercooler. I just need to figure out how I'm going to take this solid piece of aluminium and drill and tap that and make some mounting points on the intercooler. But like always, I suck at explaining things, so let's just get back to work and finish this. When all is said and done, the radiator and intercooler should be mounted and ready to get started on the plumbing. So let's get back to work. Yum. So after some very questionable measuring, which will come back to haunt me very soon, I got all the pieces tack welded and ready for the final welding. I got that done and also wasted a bit of time getting it all nice and shiny for the thumbnail. Because, you know, clickbait. With the accurate measuring, when I went to get it completely welded, it moved around quite a bit. That happens to steel. When you put heat into it, it tends to move around. So now the mounting points don't really line up anymore. Big oof. But it's fixable, I think. But okay, even with that, I'm extremely happy with how things are shaping up and how this is turning out. tell you what, this is a good feeling, but it really does take a lot of time, or I'm just a bit slow. So that's about where I'm gonna end things off for this week's video, and I guess I'm gonna be making a part 2 of building a new front end for the Mazda-Rati Benz. There's still a lot of small details to figure out, like mounting points for the lights. I also got the covers or the lenses for the lights off. They are kind of faded and I kind of want to do something with that. Not sure what I'm going to do with that, but I want to make them look a bit better. This just looks freaking amazing to me. But we won't be able to leave them open to the elements like that, so we'll figure something out. All in good time. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and then I'll see you in the next one.